Welcome back, Vipers. I'm Paulo, and today we have another mod review. Today we're going to be looking at the Arctic Dolphin by Arctic Dolphin. Okay, it's the ADT 210 TC box mod that holds two 18650 batteries that are sold separately. Okay, so don't forget that. It does not come with the batteries. You guys have to purchase it separately. But first of all, for one of my reviews, I'm sorry, but I can't remember your name. This is the SXK Corolla RDTA, thanks to another reviewer that told me that's an RDTA. And I just want to take a couple of hits off of this so you guys can see the vapor production off of this, because I'm sorry, I forgot to show it before. So let me take a couple of hits off. Pretty dense vape, right guys? Let me just take one more for you. Yeah. Flavor is great. I'm working at 32 watts on this 210 watt box mod that has temperature control in nickel wire, titanium wire, and platinum wire. It does not do temperature control in stainless steel, but you can also use your stainless steel in watts mode, okay? So that's not a big problem. At least I do like using a lot stainless steel in watts mode. And for those more experienced vapors probably know what I'm talking about. If I do use stainless steel wire in power mode or in watts mode, I practically know when my coil is dry on my RDA because it seems like the battery died out, you know? You never get a dry hit off of stainless steel, at least I never did. When I'm vaping on it and it seems like the battery's dying out, I go check my RDA and my cotton's kind of dry, so I usually wet it up. So it's not a big deal for me in stainless steel, but I would like to have that feature in this mod. This mod was sent to me directly from Arctic Dolphin. Okay, now thank you for sending me this product to review for you guys. It's not going to change my opinion on it. Okay, I've been working with it for about probably almost a month now, and I'm sorry about that, but yeah. So let's take a close look at the Arctic Dolphin 210 watt box mod, and then we'll come back up. I'm going to show you guys the many features and everything about it. And then we're going to come back up and I'll give you my final thoughts, okay? So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so here we are with the boxing of the Arctic Dolphin ADT 210 TC box mod. So it's a 210 watt device. Comes in this simple box. I have the silver one. This is the back. If you guys want to read any of that. Okay, so we open up the box and we have our mod. Okay. I'll show that in a second. And underneath here we get our USB charging cable. Underneath this foam, it came wrapped in this plastic. It's a really long cord, so it's really good. Okay, and we have our user manual. You get this in English and in Chinese, and I don't think there's any other language in here. Nope, that's about it. English and Chinese. Okay, so you can charge your mod with the batteries inside. Okay, it's dual 18650 batteries, high drain battery, guys. Okay, IMRs with at least, I would suggest 30 amp batteries, okay, at least with 30 amps. I'm using Samsung's 25Rs, so you guys can pick, I don't know, whatever you guys want. You guys can use the LG batteries or the eFest batteries, as long as it has 30 amps or more, okay? The charging on this, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1 amp, okay, 1 amp an hour. Let me give you guys some dimensions on this before we get started with it. And yeah, from here I can tell you right now it's 26 millimeters. So let's say you have a smoke TFV4, which is 25 millimeters. It will fit really nice on top, which I will show you guys that in a minute. Okay, here's your 510 connector. At the bottom there, that looks like it's copper. Okay, it is spring loaded. I'll show you guys that. Right now, it is spring loaded. It has like a hole on the inside. I don't know what that's for, but it does have a hole. And this is made out of stainless steel. Okay, really nice threading on this one. So the dimensions on this one is 95 millimeters in height by 52 millimeters in width by 26 millimeters. Okay, and it weighs 175 grams without the batteries. Like I said, it takes two 18650 batteries. Now let's see, this mod goes from 5 watts all the way up to 210 watts, guys, okay? And it can read resistance all the way down to 0.06 ohms, all the way up to 1 ohm in temperature control. So we're talking about nickel wire, titanium wire, and it reads platinum wire. I don't know who's gonna buy platinum wire, but if you guys have the money for it, go right ahead and buy a platinum wire because it can read it, okay? Which is pretty awesome. And if you want to use it in standard Cantol or stainless steel wire, you can only work with this in watts mode, okay guys? It does not do temperature control in stainless steel for now. But if you guys want to do stainless steel or watts mode, it can read all the way down to 0.1 ohm, all the way up to 2.5 ohms, okay? And the display screen on it is a 0.91 inch white LED screen. It says blue in the book, but mine is practically white. I do see every single reviewer out there that has 2 or 3 of these mods. To show you guys, they do have blue screens. Mine is a white screen. So I got the silver one, and this is the only one I'm going to be able to show you guys. It's nice. I like the paint job on it because it's like, it seems like it's that spray paint, you know? It's like darker in the middle and faded out at the ends. All around, even here. You see it's faded out here and darker in the middle. It's a nice coating, but yeah, if I were you guys, I'd probably go for the chocolate color because it seems like wood, or the black one. The black one has those strips on it also, which look really nice. But all around, this silver one, you can see that it's darker in the middle and lighter on the sides here. And it has a shape to it. I like the way that it holds your tank in the middle. Arctic Dolphin here inside. Really nice laser edged Arctic Dolphin. I like this a lot. No vent holes on this one, guys, okay? So maybe they'll do it in the future models, but this one doesn't have it. And here's your battery door. Okay, to open up your battery door, you're gonna have to put your fingers inside here. I wish they would change this also. There should be another way to open this up because this thing breaks my fingernails. Or you're gonna have to carry something that can get this open. It's not that easy, okay? Because the magnets are really strong. Okay, I got it. Okay, here's the battery door. This, if I'm not mistaken, it's made out of aluminum. At least it looks aluminum. It feels aluminum because it's really light. So I think it's aluminum. And here's where you hold your 2 18650 batteries. You have your nice diagram on the inside. Okay, it gives you your plus and minus. Here's your plus. This one is your minus. Then you got your plus and your minus up here. Okay, and you got your little ribbon so you can pull out your batteries easily. It says Arctic Dolphin here on top. Here's your 2 magnets right here and here, which is exactly the same with the battery doors. Okay, there's your magnets. Okay, so why not stick a couple of batteries in here? Okay, so I'm going to be using my Samsung's 25Rs. Plus, it says down, so your negative on this side, or on both sides, are spring, okay? It has a spring. So please put in your negative, or use your springs first, okay? So you don't mess up the plastic covering on your batteries. So that's what I usually do. So I'll put my negative in first here, okay? And just press it in. Put the strap over to the other side. And now it says plus on this side. Okay, so, or minus, well it's minus on this side, okay, plus was on this is minus. So I'll put the minus in first here, and push it to the minus side, and fit in the battery, so I don't mess up the plastic from the batteries, okay? Now all you do is get in your battery door. These cuts here should be at the bottom. Well, damn, I'm gonna have to open it up again with my fingers. Put the strap in. Okay, and that's it. Now to turn it on, just long press your fire button. Okay, and it gives you a symbol of these dolphins. And it says ADT 210TC. And we're on. Okay. fire button, your plus and minus button, your USB port, which is on the side, which is really handy for charging. Yeah, that's how it looks on the outside. Let me compare it to the size of other mods. Okay, so here we have the Nebula 200 watt. I'm using 200 watts. You guys can see the difference in the sizes. Big difference, huh? It's a lot smaller. Here we have the K-Box 200 watt, which is about the same size, I would say. Yeah, it's about the same. Okay. Then here we have the Cuboid, which is a little bit smaller, I guess. Well, same height. It's just thinner. Okay. So it's not that big. The mod is not that big at all. Okay, guys, so let's go to the menu screen now. Okay, the menu screen. Like I said, this device goes from 5 watts all the way up to 210 watts. I'm just going to show you guys the speed that it does. Here's a plus and minus, of course, your fire button. You just press it up, and it goes in one increment at a time, okay? Which I think is pretty cool. It's still not that fast, but... Okay, 210. Then you bring it all the way down. It does not round robin. One increment. And if you want to go from like the 5 watts all the way up to 30 watts, it will do 0.1 increments all the way up to 30. Then after 30 watts, it'll do 1 watt at a time, okay? But I guess I can show you guys. Okay, here you have it already. It does this all the way up to 30. Then after 30, it's 1 watt at a time, okay, guys? So, yeah. Okay. One thing I really like about this is that, let's say you're in watts, right? Now you want to change your tank and you want to use like a nickel coil on it. And you want to change it to temperature control. So all you have to do is press the fire button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're in temperature control. Now temperature control, this I think is too high. But we're in Fahrenheit, and I'll explain this in a minute. Okay, so it goes from 200 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 650 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is too much, because you should not pass 600 degrees Fahrenheit in nickel wire. But it does do 650 degrees Fahrenheit if you want to risk your life. Or your lungs. It's up to you guys, but it does do it. Okay? Let's go back to watts mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're in watts. And you just work with it through here. Okay? Up here, well, this is your battery life right here. Here, it will show your resistance. Down here, since you're in watts mode, it will show you your voltage. If you're in temperature control, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the Fahrenheit you're working at, or that you want it to go to, and here it'll be giving you the real time of how much temperature is putting into your atomizer, okay? And here again, it'll be your resistance and your battery life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to lock your device, you have a quick switch also. You press your fire button and your plus button, and then it'll lock it in. Okay, so it's locked. It will not do up and down, or watts, or temperature, and it will not fire, okay? To take it out, all you do is press your plus button and your fire button at the same time. And that's it. If you press your minus and your fire button, it's not going to do anything. If you want to go into the menu system, you press your plus and minus button at the same time, and we'll go into menu system. Okay, now this, looking at it backwards, is going to be hard to show you guys. Okay, so here it shows like this, the sun, right? Okay, what is this going to do? If you press your fire button, you'll get into it and it'll give you brightness of your screen. Okay, 100%. As you can see, my screen is the white one. Okay, it's not the blue one. So you just press your fire button again when you want to set it. And now this is the locking feature. If you want to lock the mod, I already showed you guys how to lock it. But if you press this button, you can lock it or unlock it through here if you guys wanted to. And over here, if you want to flip your screen around from left to right, okay, I want to leave it at this side. And over here, there's your serial number. Press it again. Move over. It does round robin, okay, guys? Over here, the puff counter. Like say you want to give 100 puffs a day and that's it, and you won't want to vape anymore. Well, you can set this, and when it reaches the 100 puffs, then it won't vape anymore until you get back into this menu feature and change it, okay? I'm going to leave it. I want to vape all I want all day. So that's it. Now let's move on along. And here you have if you want 20 seconds or if you want 3-second hits. Okay, you can program this. I'm going to leave that 10. Over here, if you want Fahrenheit or Celsius, that's what I said a while back. I'm going to leave it in Fahrenheit. Over here. Here if you want to use nickel wire, titanium wire, or platinum wire. Okay, I'm going to leave it in nickel wire because if I ever do use this in temperature control, it's going to be nickel wire. And if you move on over, this is where you have your presets, okay? Up and down. I have nothing programmed on here, and I'm not going to leave it programmed. Okay, but you can put different settings. Like say, I have a coil on here that's 0.2 ohms, but I want to use 0.6 ohms, or I want to use the settings that I had on another coil. You would just set the program here, and it would bypass the real setting of that resistance and read whatever you put here. Okay, guys? I'm going to say no, which is minus. Let's move along. Here is to use the setting that you want or that you set before. Okay, I'm going to put no again. Over here is if you want to use DC-DC, or if you're in temperature control, you want to use pulse modulation. The pulse modulation will only work when you're in temperature control, okay? But I like using it in DC-DC. And here, of course, to get out of the menu, you're going to have to go here anyway, which turns off the device. And if you're working with the device and you really want to turn it off, that's the only way you're going to turn it off. You have to go into the menu feature and turn it off this way. Now, press your fire button, hold it down to turn on the menu again. And there's your dolphins. And it says the information of the chip. Okay, this is their own chip. And that's about it with the menu feature, guys. Let me show you guys this really quick, how it looks with the smoke. TFV4, which is a 25mm tank. Doesn't look bad at all. Okay, so here you have it. Let me back it up for you guys. Not bad, right? Fits nice on top. Another thing before we go back up to FaceTime, it does ask you every single time you put a tank on top or an RDA, every time you switch from one RDA or one tank to the other, it never fails. It always asks me if it's a new tank, yes or no. Okay, so when it's cooled down, you always press yes. And there you have it. This one is reading at 0.17 ohms. Okay, guys? So now let's go back up to FaceTime. Okay, guys, that was our close and personal with the Arctic Dolphin 210 temperature control box mod. Let me take a vape off of this. I'm using the Velocity RDA on it with the quad coil Claptons, okay, and it's reading at 0.19 ohms, and I'm at 165 watts. This is my quad coil build, if you guys want to see that. I can boost it up. Let's go up to 200. You know what? Screw it. Let's go up to 210. 210 watts. Whew. It's getting foggy in here now. Okay. So, what do I have to say about this? Let's go with the cons first. First con I have for it. It can't read stainless steel in temperature control, which it's not really a con for me, but it is for most of you guys. I usually work with it in watts anyway, but it doesn't have the stainless steel that I hope they do an update on it, and they can put the stainless steel working on it in temperature control. What can be another con for this thing? The door. This is a con, a big con for me. First, let's go with no battery venting, okay? They could have put battery venting, and you can still put battery venting on this, guys, okay? Not you, I'm saying Arctic Dolphin, if they're watching this. They can put battery venting at the bottom here, alright? I really wish it had it because it needs it. Especially if you're working at 210 watts. Okay, since we're talking about 210 watts, let me give you another con. Battery life on this. It's only two batteries, okay guys? These are fresh batteries. It already went down a drop just from these 2 hits. And that's true, okay? It was a fully charged battery, fully charged batteries, and it went down already, as you guys can see it right there. After like 5 or 10 minutes, okay? It's impossible because it's only 2 batteries. So it drops down. And I can feel it when I vape on it. It's not at 210 watts. That's impossible. So I guess that is a con. And the other con I was saying, it was the door. This door, man, I already, and my fingernails are small. And it already broke a couple of them. I wish there was another way to open it, the back door, because it really messes up my nails. Everything else, the size of it, it's not too big. It's a nice size. I like the color. I really like the black one, and especially the chocolate colored one. If you guys want to see the chocolate colored one, go visit Vapor Watch, Johnny English. He has a chocolate colored one. He really did a really good review on this one also. Everything else, no battery rattle. I mean, everything is really well built. The construction on it is awesome. I like the feel of it in the hand. It's really great. The fact that it can go up to 210 watts might be a plus for a lot of you guys. For me, it doesn't really make a difference because, alright, with this coil, I'll probably be vaping it most likely at 150 watts. That's what I'm usually vaping it with the velocity. But I don't really need more, but for a lot of you guys do need more. I know you guys like more. More and more is better. So everything else on it, the construction is awesome. If you're not into doing stainless steel and temperature control, grab yourself one because I think it's worth it. Never failed on me. Every single time I put a new tank on top or an RDA on top, it always asks if it's a new coil or if it's not in resistance. If it is, if it isn't, you put plus or minus, you know, yes it is, no it isn't. It's been working fantastically with me, okay? Charging time is so-and-so. I guess you can probably charge these 2 batteries in like, I don't want to lie to you guys, but I usually do it overnight and I leave it. I know I shouldn't, but I do. But at work, I put this one charging while I was vaping on another mod. And if I'm not mistaken, it takes you like 4 hours to charge the 2 batteries, around 4 hours. But if you're using high wattage, guys, I'm going to tell you again, it discharges the batteries really fast, okay? I can probably get out of, if I'm vaping at 150 watts, I'm probably going to get like 2 hours of vape off of this. Around that, at 150, 160 watts, okay? If you're vaping like with a regular tank, like the Cubist tank on top of this, like at 28 watts, you can probably get a full day out of it, okay? It's not a problem. But yeah, it depends on the watts you're on, okay? But it's a really nice device. It's a solid device. It feels really nice in the hand. It's lightweight. It's not that heavy. I'm getting the weight off the battery. That's practically it. And it's not too big, you know? I don't have big hands, and it feels really nice. So yeah, check out their website. If you guys like my review, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it if you guys can share my videos and subscribe to my channel. So that's what I got for you guys today. I will be doing a lot more reviews this week. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. Another mod, and I have another tanks to show you guys. I have coils and ceramic to show you guys to work in the Kangertech sub-tank minis. I have coils for that too, and ceramic that I really want to show you guys. So that'll probably be my next review. So that's it for now, okay guys? So don't forget, you guys stay safe, rock on, and vape hard. ViperVaporPT is out. See you guys all on the next one. Stay safe, you guys.